Imagine if Alaya existed in the world, a demon slayer. That premise is pretty easy to understand. Muzan being a demon whose main goal is to become a truly immortal being who can toy with humanity all he pleases would be flagged as a true threat to humanity, alongside his upper moon demons. Alaya would summon her counter guardians to take them down, no matter the cost. There are many counter guardians to choose from, but the most likely to be picked for this job, in my opinion, would be Emiya. Emiya is a unique figure, but to understand how he'd fit into Demon Slayer, we don't need to get tangled in every detail of his life. What matters most is his role as a counter guardian. In the cosmology of fate, the counterforce is like a failsafe embedded into the world itself. Whenever humanity is at risk of extinction from something that cannot be stopped by ordinary means, the counterforce summons beings to eliminate the threat. Emiya is one of those summoned agents. His job isn't glamorous, and he's forced to fight wars that are often bloody and one-sided, but the counterforce gives him extraordinary resources. He is a spirit, which means he can be deployed anywhere, at any time, against threats humanity cannot overcome otherwise. As a counter guardian, Emiya has several key tools. His greatest power is his reality marble, unlimited blade works. This is a self-contained world filled with countless swords, every weapon he has ever seen, studied, or analyzed. He can summon these blades into battle at will, wielding them like melee weapons or using them in complex tactical traps. Alongside this, he has projection magecraft, which lets him instantly copy weapons once he has understood their structure. He can also fire broken phantasms, overcharging weapons until they explode with devastating power. His arsenal includes famous blades like Kanshu and Bakia, the shield, Ro'ais, and accursed or homing weapons like Hrunting. If Emiya were summoned into this world, he wouldn't begin by hunting Muzan right away. Instead, he'd treat it like any other counterforce mission: assess, learn, prepare, and strike when ready. Suppose his first encounter was with a lower ranked demon. He quickly realized that brute force alone wouldn't finish the job. These creatures regenerate almost instantly, and unless their heads are cut off with Nichiren blades or exposed to sunlight, they can survive anything. Emiya is a sharp observer, and would instantly catalog this weakness. Unlike many other heroes, he doesn't let pride or emotion cloud his judgment. Sometimes, he'd recognize he cannot win this war by conventional means unless he adapts. Emiya's first step would be information gathering. He would remain in this world for weeks or months, quietly observing demons, their feeding habits, their battles with slayers, and the unique organization, the Demon Slayer Corps. The Corps, for all their bravery, are not very subtle. Emiya would easily shadow their missions, watch their techniques from a distance, and gather intel for the most important asset, the Nichiren blades. These swords are forged from an ore that absorbs sunlight, giving them a rare property of permanently killing demons when they decapitate them. Once Emiya learns this, the path becomes clear. With his tracing ability, he can perfectly copy these blades and add them to his endless arsenal. Emiya's preparation wouldn't stop at merely copying Nichiren. He'd also use his keen senses and battlefield awareness to track the strongest demons. Despite Muzan's attempts at secrecy, the Upper Moons are not perfect hiders. They are constantly drawn to conflict, hunting strong prey or challenging the demon slayers. With his ability to observe at long range and his cautious nature, Emiya would track them from afar. He would learn their blood demon arts, watch their personalities, and note their patterns long before engaging. Once he knows his enemy, he would then plan their downfall using his unique mix of weapons. He can project endless blades capable of killing demons if they connect with a vital strike. Second is Rulebreaker, a dagger originally designed to sever magical contracts. With some universe equalization, Emiya might reason that it could disrupt the link between Muzan and his creations, potentially insta-killing the demons as they rely on Muzan's blood to survive. Third, his knowledge of dead apostles, vampiric immortals in the Fate universe. Just as dead apostles have supernatural regeneration, a weakness to conceptual weapons, so should the demons. Archer will likely test whether his anti-apostle weapons, like holy conceptual blades, could damage demons on the same level. Once his arsenal is prepared and his knowledge is complete, Emiya would begin his campaign. He'd likely target Gyutaro and Daki first. Their killings are usually careful, but the frequency of their murders created a recognizable pattern, one that attracted the Demon Slayer Corps. Archer, ever observant, would notice and investigate, eventually discovering Daki's involvement. Gyutaro, as always, lurks within her body, making it impossible to properly study him beforehand. Their true nature would then reveal themselves. In battle, Gyutaro's poison could present a complication, though whether or not such poisons would affect a spirit like Archer is doubtful. His battle control and multiple techniques could surround the enemy with multiple blades, and once he pins Daki's movements, a traced Nichiren blade could take her down in an instant. Gyutaro's regeneration is tougher, but Archer's relentless sword projections and tracking arrows like hunting could ensure that Gyutaro is struck again and again until his head is severed. Word of their deaths would spread quickly. Akaza, proud and battle-hungry, would not hesitate to confront this new threat. Akaza's Blood Demon art, Destruction Compass, creates shockwaves with his martial arts, giving him incredible speed and raw power. But Emiya is no stranger to fighting faster and stronger opponents. He has dueled heroic spirits who can move at lightning speed and strike with city-destroying force. Against Akaza, Emiya would keep his distance at first, testing the demon's regeneration with a volley of Nichiren projections. Then, at the right moment, he would close in, using Khonshu and Byakuya's synergy to pressure him in melee. Rule Breaker could then be tested. If it disrupts Akaza's link to Muzan, his life would come to an end right there and then. Ultimately, Akaza's reckless style would work against him. At this point, Muzan would have choices. He could order the Upper Moons to avoid Archer, retreating into the shadows. But Muzan is also arrogant, and he might instead send multiple Upper Moons to destroy Emiya at once. If faced with several demons at once, his trump card, Unlimited Blade Works, will be unleashed. Inside this infinite wasteland, Archer controls the battlefield entirely. He can rain swords from every direction, surrounding the demons with traps and dictating the flow of combat. Against Upper Moons like on Tengu with multiple bodies, Unlimited Blade Works would eliminate each fragment before they could regenerate. Against Kokushibo, who wields his own demonic blade, Archer could match him with his sword skills, countering techniques until Nichiren Blade finds his mark. It's also worth noting that Archer's name is not just for show. He is among one of the most skilled marksmen in the Fate universe. With his ability to project and modify weapons, he could turn Nichiren blades into arrows or attach Nichiren fragments onto his broken phantasms. This would give him unique, ranged solutions that the Demon Slayer Corps themselves lack. The ability to decapitate and disable demons from a distance. Against multiple Upper Moons, Archer could potentially snipe one or two before they even realize they're under attack, whittling down their numbers with surgical precision. The final confrontation would be with Muzan himself. Unlike the Upper Moons, Muzan is a coward at heart. He runs when truly threatened, scattering his body or hiding in the Infinity Castle. Against most opponents, this will be enough to survive. But Archer is not most opponents. As a counter guardian, he does not age. He has an eternity to hunt down his targets. If Muzan runs for years, Archer will pursue him for years. Eventually, even Muzan will get fed up with running. However, if Muzan tries to trap Emiya within the Infinity Castle, Archer would answer with his own dimensional reality. Two infinite spaces colliding will likely cancel each other out, or potentially Unlimited Blade Works might override Muzan's pocket dimension entirely. Either way, the Infinity Castle would cease to be an advantage. Within the Unlimited Blade Works, Muzan is trapped. He cannot outlast Archer, for Archer is tireless, gaining support from the planet itself. He cannot infect Archer with his blood, for Archer is a spirit, not a human. He cannot flee, for UBW seals every direction with endless blades. Muzan could try splitting himself in every direction, but either Archer would continue pursuing him infinitely, or he'd be trapped within his domain. Each fragment will be pelted by infinite swords. Step by step, sword by sword, the supposed Eternal Demon King will be reduced to nothing. And when the mission is complete, Archer would vanish back into the timeless service of the counterforce